she's like sitting there listening to me chew and being like, "You're just like your father." Are we recording?
Are we recording?
Oh, sick. Okay.
What were you about to say?
Oh, I was gonna say that. Okay, so I have a tub of Aquaphor. That's a pound of Aquaphor. It's like an enormous amount of Aquaphor.
My beer spilled.
And it's like an enormous tub of Aquaphor, and I just finished it.
Oh, that's satisfying.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so satisfying.
It's because I put it on, you know what slugging is?
Yeah, only because you told me.
Yeah, slugging is like when you put a bunch of like, you put like Vaseline over your like moisturizer and shit, and I do it every night. And also
you do it every night?
Every goddamn night.
I remember you told me you do it on the way to the airport.
I also do it on the way to the airport.
Because it's all dry in there. They shoot air on your face.
It's so dry in the sky. And then
I haven't had chapped lips since I started using Aquaphor.
Dude, Aquaphor is great. And this episode of the pod has been brought to you by Aquaphor. Also, welcome to the pod.
Welcome to Worthless Clowns.
We're a
podcast
podcast.
about how stupid we all are.
Hell yeah.
I'm Brittany Cardwell. My Instagram's Bertones Cardwell. And the pod is Worthless Clowns on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram. Also, we're on Apple. We're on iTunes
you're
now.
On iTunes,
which
and
if you're
Google
listening, if you're listening to this, you probably just listen to it on Spotify.
Yeah,
because like we didn't get it on iTunes for a very long time, but
yeah,
now here we are. Also, my name's Ali O'Neill, and I'm moist. And you can follow me on Instagram at It's Ali O'Neill.
And if you want your stupid story on the pod. Ever, please just email us the story at the email is worthlessclownspod@gmail.com.
Yeah, we would love to fucking, or
you want to get roasted?
Yeah, tell us. You can either type out a stupid story, or you can like voice record a note on your phone, and we'll play it on the pod.
We'll play it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's good.
And the story can be about you or someone else. It could be just anything stupid you've seen or been involved in.
Yeah, you guys listen to the fucking podcast. You know how it works. Anyway, Brittany, how are you?
God, I'm exhausted. I overscheduled myself today.
Yes,
and
you fucking did.
I am dead.
You're pooped.
I woke up and I was already like this. And even my hairdresser, I just got my hair cut. She was like, "Yeah, you look tired." I'm like, "Thanks a lot."
Your incredibly hot hairdresser?
Yes.
Yeah. Brittany talks about, I don't know if we've talked about this on the pod, but she's...
The first time I got my hair cut with her, I felt so bad about myself.
Because you're looking at yourself and her in a mirror.
At the same time, constantly.
For like an hour.
It's like a comparison.
Yeah. And then you're like, God, I'm a piece of shit.
And you can't be like, no. It's like, because you're right next to each other. Because you're looking at me. Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. That's why I only have ugly hairdressers. Just kidding. My hairdresser's hot. But
yeah, I planned way too much for my day.
And also last night we were out all night.
Last night we were out for Katrina's birthday, and I was going crazy.
You were so drunk at the last place that we went to.
I know, I had to get out.
You kept turning to me and being like, "It looks like those are clouds. There's clouds." Because they had those like light up fucking like cotton things that has like a light strip underneath it. And she's like, "It looks like clouds." And then you took a video of it and you're like, "It doesn't look like clouds on the video." And then you looked at the video again and you're like, "No, it looks like clouds."
I spent all my time taking videos of those clouds.
I know.
And pretending to dance.
Yeah. Fucking pretending to dance.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Regular. I'm also tired. I used a little caffeine lotion on under my eyes.
Oh, I gotta get some of that stuff. Man, we're doing a lot of skin tips today.
A lot of skin tips.
Yeah.
Skin tips sounds disgusting.
Awful. It sounds like an improv group for a... What is it called when you get your
circumcision?
Yeah. What do they call that?
Circumcision.
Yeah, but is there a name that's not called circumcision for the whole event?
Snipping and handling?
Yeah.
My ex-boyfriend used to tell that joke all the time. He was Jewish. He's like, "Oh, I bet rabbis charge for snipping and handling." And I'm like, that's actually a really, really good joke.
Did he make it up?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's his joke or somebody else's, but I think that he made it up.
If you found out it was somebody else's and he said it all the time, would it change your whole perception of that relationship?
No.
Okay. That's probably good. It's just one of it.
That's probably healthy. He didn't build his
day.
Personality off of coming up with that joke.
Yeah.
He built his personality off of having a mustache, okay? He's like a tiny Jewish boy with a mustache. And he God, he was fucking nuts. We dated for like 5 years. This was the good ex, where he was like a really good guy. We just like grew apart. And he like got really into like Jordan Peterson like the end of it. And like he was like, when I first met him, we were in college and we were like partying all the time and shit like that. And he was mad fun. And like we would do drugs on the weekends and blah, blah, blah. And then like one night after he was out of college, he went out with his friends and then like got too drunk and then came back home and threw up in his bed, which is disgusting. But that was his like rock bottom.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm never drinking again.
Whoa, he stopped after that?
Yeah, because he's never had any struggle in his entire life.
Yeah.
And so like that was fucking rock bottom for him.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, my cousin punched my aunt in the face at Thanksgiving.
Also, his rock bottom isn't even the fact that he got too drunk. It's the fact that he threw up in his bed and had to clean it up, and it sucks to have to do that.
Yeah, no, it does
That's
suck.
a hard clean.
That is a gross thing, and it's a thing that sucks.
Yeah.
However, not rock bottom.
No.
You know
have
what
to,
I
like,
mean?
wake up outside or, punch somebody.
But you got a stupid story?
Man, I got a few to choose from today.
Okay.
How about I just let you choose which one sounds
okay.
good? Because you don't know about any of these.
I can't wait.
Okay. The topics are gym and exercise. Carrot mouth noises.
Oh my God.
And no, choose from those two. Those are good.
I think I want to go for carrot mouth noises.
All right. there's this woman I used to work with.
Hey everybody, Kim is a carrot boy.
Kim is a carrot boy.
Oh, I said Kim is a carrot boy.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking stupid, dude. I'm so tired. Anyway.
We both drank too much last night.
Yeah, we did. We're operating
Look
on 40%.
at me now.
I know.
Chugging an IPA.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Hair of the dog.
I am hoping it works because I gotta. Okay, I don't need to go into it. I don't need to talk about how tired I am because then I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm so tired.
I know.
You know?
Was thinking that that's what you were doing.
Yeah.
I was like, this bitch feels bad for herself.
Yeah. Let me stop feeling bad and then I can be like, I'm happy and good.
You gotta pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Exactly.
Anyway, carrot mouth noises.
So,
I used to work with this lady
who, not a lady. I mean, she was a young woman. Not that it makes any difference. Maybe it does.
Everybody's a lady.
Yeah. She.
I'm sorry.
It's 2023. Everyone's a lady.
Everyone's a lady now. I'm getting real Republican on this app.
I can't tell what ladies are pre-ladies or post-ladies.
Pre-ladies and post-ladies.
That's the way they talk about it.
I love it. I love it when like conservative people are like, all these they, thems.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that is what they are.
I know, they end it there. They
Yeah.
never make another point.
No.
They just say
like,
the words.
They're just like, look at all these people living their lives as they want to.
Yeah.
And then we're like,
That's like when a comic just does a premise and then
oh my God, yeah.
and then either people laugh or they're like, yeah, that wasn't a joke.
Yeah,
That wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Used
this
to work with a
lady
used to work with
this lady. This was in grad school. She, if any of my friends are listening from grad school, you'll know who it is. She doesn't know who she is, though. She has no idea.
Okay.
I used to work with this lady, right? And I'd be sitting in the lab. We would sit at a table, like a big table, kind of like conference
big lab table.
And we all would work on our laptops. And it was usually like real quiet in there. Everyone's super focused doing their stuff. That's right. I got focused. Got real focused. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's because my brain is all over the place right now. So I'm working on my laptop. I'm like trying to write papers and stuff.
Yeah.
And like look at data or whatever. And this lady.
I love the way you describe science.
Yeah.
Look at data or whatever.
I'm just moving my hands around in a cloud.
I know. That's how I would
like it
describe
means
what your
something.
job is.
Yeah.
Because I have no fucking idea what you do.
That is how it feels sometimes. So I'm like, a lot of the tasks, like I can't listen to music because it's too distracting if you're like trying to write a paper or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just like sitting there noticing noises in the lab. And this would happen almost every day. She'd come in, sit down with her like carrots or her apples.
She's a horse.
She was eating like one. She'd sit down with her carrots or her apples, but it's not that she would eat them and they'd be like just hearing her chew.
Yeah.
I would hear because she would not close her mouth all the way. But it was not completely open. So then it was like her mouth was open just enough that it would be like, it was almost more echoey or something. And you could hear everything just sliding around real well.
Sliding?
Yeah. You could hear every move. I mean, then I was focused in on that, and that's all I was like looking like I was typing, but I was just listening to every single noise coming from her mouth. But then it was worse because then sometimes if she really liked the carrot or the apple that she was eating,
would she like be like, mm-mm?
Oh, worse. Because she'd
go, bear, 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 bear.
She'd go, ooh, wah! Call back to a few episodes ago.
She'd go, ah! I hope Lee is still here so she'll be like, should I go down?
Should I go down there and do my crow noise? We found out, so on our last episode, which isn't out yet, well, it might be by now, I don't know. We were doing the crow noise and we found out that one of our friends, Lee, she also does a crow noise. So we were just doing that upstairs.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd rather be there right now.
And then
just doing the crow noise.
Maxim, who's Lee's husband, is the producer. And then after the episode, Maxim was like, you gotta hear Lee's crow impression.
He filmed us just before doing our crow impressions together. Oh yeah, you weren't there yet. And I haven't seen Lee since October.
I know.
And that's the first interaction we had.
I know. And it was
we're
perfect.
Just like, ha!
You didn't even say hi.
I know.
Anyway, this lady's got a bunch of mouth noises.
So this lady, right?
Sliding around in there.
Sliding around. And if she really likes what she's eating, she moans.
Oh.
But not she doesn't even know she's doing it. Like, she was like, let me see if I can replicate it at all. So, okay.
Replicate.
Gross mouth noises, right? It's like,
oh,
it's disgusting.
Oh, it's like smacking and like
it's all like you can hear every movement her tongue is making.
It's like Joe Coy has that joke where like eating pussy sounds like when you like are stirring mac and cheese.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I guess so. Is that if it's going well or not? We don't need to get into that.
I'm trying to think.
Me
like,
too.
If a guy was
I'm
going
thinking
down
about the
on me,
last time it happened, and I'm like, was that like mac and cheese?
dude, if a guy's going down on me, he's like. I would not be able to hold it together.
I think it'd be very distracting.
Yeah, if it was like real loud.
Yeah.
Usually, like Seinfeld is blasting in the background while I'm getting railed, so I can't really hear it. I just hear Elaine.
I'm listening to Toni Braxton.
Yeah. Unbreak my heart.
God, I love that song.
You just put it on repeat. We are not getting through this story very well.
And there's nothing to this story. So there's not even a big bang ending. It's just, so she's like moaning, right? While she's making these noises. But she's not even really conscious that she's making the noises. She just loves the apple so much. So it sounds like, and it's like,
wait, like
kind of sexual
sounds like
sounding.
She's getting fingered.
Totally. It sounds like she's getting fingered and she's trying not to let everyone know it's happening under the desk.
Yeah. I wonder where the other
just like
carrots
those two
are.
people in 8th grade when we were watching a movie in class. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember there was somebody was like, Rachel gave Mark a hand job under the art table. I was like, what the? How do you even pull that off?
Yeah. Also, it's not like the tables have cloths that go down and guard. It's like just a table. You can
there
see
were people
under.
who probably definitely saw his cock. I wasn't there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
it was awful. She would come in almost every day. Because she would wait to eat until she got into the lab.
Could you ever like move your laptop away from her?
It wouldn't. I still would have heard her. And all the seats are taken anyway.
Oh.
Plus, like, I guess I do have routines, and I liked my seat. And also, if I sat somewhere else, she'd be like, what?
Yeah, she should learn.
I think somebody told her apple was loud one time.
Her apple?
Which is indirect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the apple causing the problem, not her like response
not her
to
being
it.
like,
ew, oh my God, it was so bad. Yeah, it was.
Is that the whole story?
That's pretty much it. It was just like I had a real hard time with it.
Do you ever listen to music that has no lyrics in it when you're reading?
No, not these days.
Sometimes when I if I'm in a cafe or something and I'm writing, I'll put on music that has no words in it. Yeah. Or it'll be like metal where I can't understand any of the words.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I like the cafe sounds though.
Oh, it's too distracting for me. I usually blast like music into my dumb head.
Yeah. Otherwise you're like, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I know.
Any like transition between a song that gets in and you're like, no, next.
I know. Next. I'm like, please play it. There was like 2 years where like this, hold on, I'll actually play some of the music. It's not like funny or anything. It's just like, I think it'll be good. There's this artist called Erling where he like, I don't know, he does like a bunch of like vibey. Hold on, I'll just play it.
Okay. Oh, they were playing this last night. This type of thing.
Oh, this type of music, yeah. They're just mad. You know,
this is like,
I'm a slut for horns.
Yeah.
So anything that has like a sax or a trumpet in it, I will go in hard. And like all of his shit is like, it's like vibey, like dun, 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 and then it's like bam, 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 bam. It's like, and it really just like matches my energy. I feel like
that's your energy.
Or like my energy when I'm trying to like write or whatever.
Oh,
so like
right.
for 2 years, he was like my top listened to artist because I would just always listen to him. And I was like, unbreak my heart.
I'm trying to think of like other similar things to this. Like, do you have other like experiences like that?
I remember my mom. I've never ever gotten this complaint from anybody else. So I think my mom was just being like a dick about it. But like I remember we would be like sitting in front of the TV and I would be like eating chips or something.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, I can hear everything you chew. You got a big Polish head that radiates all the sound. I'm like, what the fuck, Mom?
So the other people blame the apple. She blamed your head.
My big
the
Polish
shape
head.
of your head.
I remember she said your big
like there's
Polish
nothing you
head.
can do about it.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, don't bring Dad into this.
Yeah.
He's the Polish one. I'm like, she's like sitting there listening to me chew and being like, you're just like your father.
She just got a phone call from him and that's really what it was about.
Yeah, I know. If they ever talked, but they didn't.
Man.
But yeah, I remember there was a lot of that. And then I also had a roommate in college, only for one semester, where she was incredibly overweight, which isn't a bad thing. However, her habits were terrible. She like would go to the dining hall and eat there, and then she would come back and like she had a bunch of like microwave dinners, and she would like microwave a dinner and then eat that. So then our room always smelled like soup.
Yeah.
Our room always smelled like soup, and then she'd be like sitting at the desk and like doing her homework and shit, and she'd be eating and doing that same thing. Like she'd have her headphones in, she'd be like,
yeah.
Like she eats like my dog does.
Yeah.
Like that's how Betty eats. She's like, and then she eats too fast and pukes.
I remember like, well, okay, so I had a roommate but she got mad at me, but it was because every morning I would get up earlier than her because she was sleeping in and like kind of wasn't, I don't know, she dropped out in the end, but whatever. So she was sleeping in and at the time I was drinking like a ton of water every morning as soon as I woke up.
Yeah.
And apparently just me swallowing was like really loud.
It's because of your big Polish head.
Yeah, it radiates.
Radiates all this noise.
She like kept telling me like to drink water quieter, but I'm like, swallowing is an automatic, like you can't change that.
No, you can't change the sound of you swallowing. Also, no. I've never even noticed that from you.
I know. I think she just didn't like me, and anything someone does feels like big when you don't like them.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, we've been talking about that a lot lately.
Oh yeah, yeah, we do. We have a few people that we fucking hate. One
of them's behind this curtain. Maxim, come out here. We do this every time now.
It's Maury.
Yeah, we already did that on an episode.
I know, it's Jerry Springfield.
Stop.
Wait, Jerry Springfield?
Springer.
Mm-hmm. Springfield. Who the fuck
Simpsons.
is Jerry Springfield? Jerry Springer. And then Maxim comes out and a cameraman follows him running behind him and then I fight him. And then I take his wife. Oh, God.
This roommate, sorry, I just remember one thing about her.
Go for it.
She used to get a salad.
Disgusting.
Right? Salad from the cafeteria.
Uh-huh.
But it would be like four lettuce leaves, and then just the rest of the bowl was ranch dressing. Like for real. It looked like ranch dressing with some leaves in it. It looked like soup. That's how much was there. There was like no roughage coming out. It was like soup and then a couple green things.
And then would she like spoon? Like,
I
how
think
did she
I
eat the
probably
ranch?
didn't watch her eat it because I couldn't, but I remember seeing it and being
Dude,
like,
ranch is fucking disgusting.
it's awful.
I hate ranch. If I get fucking chicken wings and somebody brings me ranch, I burn the place to the ground. I burn it to the ground. I fucking hate ranch. And everybody who likes ranch is a child.
Like my dad, yeah.
Yeah,
It
your
is
dad's
childish.
a child. It is childish. I'm like, grow up, have some moldy blue cheese, okay?
Yeah,
For the love of God.
Take a risk to your dietary system.
Take
Whatever.
a risk.
I don't even know what words.
Wait, I have a dumb story that includes you.
Oh, do I know about it?
Yeah, you know about it. We talked about it. It happened last week. So basically, you'll figure it out as we go along. But so basically, Brittany and I are stand-up comedians as well as podcasters, and so and we're also friends. And
I used to be a horse girl, and Ali likes motorcycles. Now we're just gonna list our attributes for the rest of the pod.
That's what the podcast
And we know
fucking
some
is.
dogs.
And so like we're out late like most nights. And so like usually when we get home we'll text each other. Here's the thing. I'm always like, text me when you get home.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brittany always texts me. And then she's like, are you home? And then I fall asleep. So I'm like, Brittany, I have to make
Ali
sure.
gets home 45 minutes earlier than me.
Yes. Also it's just like, I should remember to text you when I get home. But like, I always make a big deal of being like, text me when you get home. And then I always forget to text
You're like,
you.
you better fucking text me when you get home. You
Yeah.
point your finger at me.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
You're using that finger a lot lately, I noticed.
doing a lot of this.
You're like doing that and you're slamming it down in front of people's faces.
No, I was like really.
I'm like, sorry, she's my friend. I have to like excuse you.
I was really off my balls last night. I remember last night, like I was like sitting at the table and screaming about how my dog thinks she's the mayor
Oh yeah.
because she has to like.
Because a bunch of ladies from a dentist's office came out to pet her.
Yeah.
And she thought she was kissing babies.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you said.
Yeah. I was walking past a fucking like a dentist office, and then I see like there's big huge windows, and I see the front desk lady be like, "Oh," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "You can come out to pet her if you want." And so she comes out, and then 6 Puerto Rican dental hygienists come out and all start petting my dog, and like my dog like thinks that she's a celebrity, and like things like this don't help. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
she literally thinks she has to say hi to every single person.
Yeah.
And so like last night I was like drunk at a table being like, my dog thinks she's the fucking mayor. She's out here shaking hands and kissing babies. And I was slamming my finger on the table.
Does your dog, like other celebrities, does she sometimes have days where she's like, no, like she's like looking straight forward and she's like
Absolutely.
trying to be invisible?
Never. Betty always wants to say hi to every person.
She's got a hat and sunglasses and she's like looking
She's
down
like, no
and drinking
photos,
her
please.
Dunkin'
She
or
has like
whatever.
Uggs on.
Yeah.
She's taking out her trash.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Brittany, there was one night where Brittany and I both got home late. And neither of us texted each other, probably because we just like forgot and went to bed. And then the next morning, I text Brittany and I'm like, hey, did you get home okay? And it was like noon. And I was like, well, she's probably still asleep. And then at 1 p.m., I text her. I was like, bitch, you better be sleeping in. And then between 1 p.m. and 2
I
p.m.
saw it and I just let her worry. Got her good.
Between 1 and 2 p.m., I don't know why, but I really started to spiral. I was like, my friend Brittany is dead. I was like literally in my head being like, all right, well, I guess I got to call Katrina because Katrina has a key to Brittany's apartment and I have to have her go check on her. And if something bad happened, then I guess I don't even know how to get in contact with her parents. I was like literally going that far into it. And I was like, I guess the fucking podcast is
Wait,
over.
how did you imagine I died? What was the death?
I imagined you either got like mugged and something went wrong, like kidnapped on the way home,
Ooh.
or you had a health emergency and died in your sleep.
Those are so different.
I know.
Those are so
And I was like, there's been a lot of violence on the train lately. And like, so I was literally spiraling and I started to cry.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And also I was watching an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race that really touched me. And that made me cry more.
And then you're like, I'm not crying about Brittany. I'm crying about general friendship.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
and
crying about...
appreciation for others.
Yeah, oh my
That's
God.
it.
I'm crying about RuPaul's Drag Race.
And
where
then you
there's-
text me, you're like, never mind.
And then I was like, I don't even know how I'd get in contact with Brittany's parents. And then I was like, wait, her dad's cell phone number is on the toilet website. And I was like,
That's what it's for.
and I was like, oh, perfect. Okay, so here's my plan. She doesn't text me by like 6 p.m.
I'm gonna call.
I have to call her dad.
You have to pretend to be interested in toilets first.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, actually, I have your daughter.
Actually, are you sitting down?
I know. And so, and like, that's just, I just catastrophize real bad.
Man, I do that a lot.
There's a little peek into my mental health. If
Yeah.
you guys thought that I was well,
Oh, God.
you have another thing coming.
There's a lot of that happening with me. I told you that one time. I mean, I do this every week. in some form.
Mhm.
And I'm better at catching it now than I used to be. But that one time I was like seeing this guy real briefly. We went on like 3 dates maybe.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it was going really well. And then one weekend, his texting changed. And I noticed and I was like, oh. And then I had to search myself for some reason on Google. And one of the first videos that came up was this clip from that awful show I did. Where it wasn't a show.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, hopefully the guy doesn't listen to this.
He won't.
Let me tell you, it wasn't funny. Okay.
Wasn't it like just like riffs or something?
It was, the whole thing is that you're supposed to go up there with a partner.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're up against. You go up there and you try and not laugh.
Oh, that's so
But you have to
dumb.
say things to each other to make the other person laugh. So the whole thing is like a boring podcast. Maybe like to this episode. I don't know. It's just people talking and not smiling, and there's an audience.
Yeah. They're actively trying not to laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can't do bits. You can't do anything. It was awful.
You just have to be like, ooga booga.
Yes, basically. I was so mad that I was
so pissed.
I am pissed. The memory is pissing me off so much. This memory is flooding in, and it's like it's making me real hot.
It's pissing me off.
I feel like I'm on fire right now. I'm so mad. But I was kind of like, whatever. I'll do the show, and like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? It's just maybe not gonna be that fun. But I've done unfun shows before, and it's been fine.
Yeah.
I see. There's a clip of me in this show.
Yeah.
It not being funny at all.
Yeah.
Which I knew there was no funny part of the show.
Yeah.
And there's a clip of me just on YouTube that I didn't.
And you didn't.
I wasn't involved in. I didn't post it.
Yeah.
And then I had to I messaged the guy and I was like, hey, I didn't say this could be up here. I didn't even know this was being filmed. And now it's like on, and he took it down, which is nice.
I thought you meant the guy that you were dating. You messaged him.
No. I forgot that was the whole thing. So
Yeah.
I saw that at the same time that I was already like, why doesn't this guy like me anymore? And then I found this clip of me being the least funny I've ever been on a filmed thing other than this podcast. I don't care what you think. You might think so.
Brittany's also
We don't have
like,
any
fuck your
listeners.
drag too.
Hey, we had a podcast man come to a show twice this week, so
Yeah,
we
we
don't
did.
need any of the rest of you.
That was
But
really
yeah.
nice of her.
That was nice. Shout out. I won't give her name, but that was nice that she came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was also so not weird.
She wasn't weird at all. She was
Not weird
cool.
at all. I was
Yeah.
like afraid that like people who are like, ugh.
I know.
Then she was just so normal
You never
and
know
so
who it's gonna
sweet and
be.
so nice.
Yeah.
Oh God. God bless America.
Yeah. So I find this clip of myself and I'm like, oh, that's why he doesn't like me anymore. and I'm getting so mad.
I remember this happening.
And I know that it's not true, but for like 3 hours, I could not stop thinking about it. And I don't even know this guy well enough to know if I like him or not yet.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
You're like,
he doesn't
saw
like
me being unfunny, and
He
now
saw me not be funny and he cringed so much because that video, like, it's just awful.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And then I was like, hopefully, though, he looked at other clips because there are other clips where I'm
funny.
being funny. And then I'm like, if he saw that the first clip, then that could be it.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God, that's so awful.
Yeah. And then it just turned out, I don't know, he didn't see it going anywhere.
That's why I don't have my, on Hinge, how you can like fucking like connect to your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't connect to my Instagram or anything.
Mm.
Because if they looked at my Instagram, it would be like a video of me being like, yeah, sometimes when I jerk off, my dog is afraid of my vibrator.
I know.
And I'm like, I don't want people to be like, oh, Ali, she's kind of cute. What the fuck?
Cannot bring home 2 parents.
Yeah, I know. There's also nothing like more like unattractive than somebody having a podcast.
I know.
Like I wait
It's
so long.
embarrassing.
I wait so long to tell people that I have a podcast because like so many podcasts, like this podcast I think is good and fun and we're funny on it. Okay? And so Brittany just flipped off the camera. And but there's so many people who have podcasts who are just so deeply unfunny and uninteresting. And like I don't want them to think that of me.
I just told my hairdresser about this because she asked what I was doing later today. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I got to go do my podcast. Whatever.
And you said it like that.
Yeah.
And it made
But
her
I was
feel-
embarrassed when I told her, like,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're saying. I was like, This doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't.
It
It
sounds
sounds like
awful.
I feel like so many people with podcasts are like completely delusional about how interesting and funny they are. So it's not
Man,
only
this is making me nervous, Allie.
I know. Hey, we
my
have
delusions, like the feeling of being possibly delusional, will never go away from me.
Okay, well, here's the thing. We have a fan.
We have a fan. Thank you. Let's keep her.
know.
Let's keep her.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming.
We're gonna get like $5 when we have a Patreon. We're gonna get $5 a month from one person.
Yeah.
And that'll be enough for
Actually,
me.
2 people. It's going to be our fan who came to our shows and then Mike Racine.
Oh yeah. And Maggie.
And Maggie. Yeah, that's true. Should we get into our postie?
Yeah.
Let's get into this fucking post. Bada bing bang bing. All right, ready? Am I the asshole for trying to get my wife away from her cat? Thanks, Maxim. I heard Maxim just laugh a little bit.
It was one of these, so it was like
Yeah. He sounded like a horse. Okay.
Oh, you think that sounded like a horse?
Oh,
okay.
What sounds like a horse then, Brittany?
That's a horse, Maxim.
It was so loud.
You think you're a horse? You're not a horse.
It was so fucking loud. You just screamed.
This guy thinks he's a horse. He doesn't know anything. You don't know what it's like to be a horse. More horse stuff on other pods coming up.
You gotta keep them. You were stringing them along. Okay. Ooh. Oh, mamma mia. Am I the asshole for trying to get my wife away from her cat? My 28 male wife, 29 female, of 3 years is pregnant with our first child. My wife has a cat named Puff. I don't like cats, so the whole 4 years we've lived together, I never bothered paying him much attention. This has got more difficult the more my wife became noticeably pregnant. She's around 7 months pregnant, and Puff refuses to leave her alone.
Oh, that's so cute.
For some reason, my wife is convinced that the cat can sense her pregnancy, like with its eyes, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, this is true. Animals are like that.
And just emotional needs in general.
Yes. Yeah, animals work on
Pheromones
straight
and everything.
vibes.
Yeah.
They work on straight vibes.
Yeah.
And so like
I said pheromones like it was going to be sexual.
I know.
But I meant like just like underlying like
you should go up to a woman who's noticeably pregnant and sniff her and be like, "You smell pregnant."
What do you got pheromones going? What are those pheromones?
What do you got? Pheromones? There's a drag queen named Pheromone.
Really?
Isn't that so good?
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, my wife is convinced that the cat can sense her pregnancy, which is nonsense to me. But the cat refuses to leave her pregnant.
I read a few articles after that and I showed them to her and I was like, this is why.
This guy hates the fucking cat so much. But the cat refuses to leave her pregnant stomach alone. The cat just licks it, snuggles on it, and puts his paws all over it. This worries me because he might scratch my wife's belly.
Does he
but
do
she
the
doesn't
kneading
care.
thing? That would be cute.
Oh, the Gitalishin?
Yeah.
Or that's not what
Is that
it's
what it's called?
No, that's not what it's called. That's what my sorry, I've told you about the made up words my family uses.
It's all cat related.
It's
though.
all cat and kitchen
So
related.
weird. Yeah.
Gitalishin. Or shamoyin. That's when you're like fucking around. My mom would be like, "Stop shamoyin." My mom would also be like, I thought of this today. She'd be like, if I was like being a bitch as a kid, she'd be like, "You're being real fresh."
That's a
real
thing.
thing, yeah. Did your parents ever
Don't
say
get fresh with me.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I said it to my dog, and she's like, "I don't know what's going on. I'm the mayor of New York City." Okay.
I got some papers to read though. Your dog is getting all stressed out with like
I know. She's like, "How are we going to
referendums
How
or
are we going
something?
to deal with police reform?"
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to shut down Rikers. Now I don't know what to do. The idea that my fucking
And I can't poop till I make 10 circles.
Yeah, I know. She's afraid of traffic cones, and she's the mayor of New York City. The idea that my dog is stressed out by being the mayor is so fucking funny. You know what that's like? How you overworked yourself with your imaginary horses when you were a kid.
Yes.
You were like, "Oh, I got so many stables I have to sweep."
There's hay everywhere.
This worries me because she might scratch my wife's belly, but she doesn't care. That's insane that this guy's so concerned about the wife's belly being scratched, like it's gonna make her miscarry or something.
Aren't cat scratches sometimes they can cause infections?
I think you're thinking of cat bites.
Oh, I think
Because
that's
there's
right.
something in the cat's
Something in
saliva,
the
that can be, it's not poison, but it can be like a bacteria. And I remember my friend Leah, who's getting married this year, she told me that when she was a kid, her cat bit her, and then like it blew up.
Ooh.
And like they went to the emergency room, and then they were like, you might never be able to like use this hand again. And like, I know. And it ended up being fine. But,
Oh my
like,
God.
it was a crazy thing.
Whoa.
Okay. I keep telling
but is she allergic to cats?
No, she's not allergic
okay.
to cats.
Wow.
I know. I keep telling my wife to stop getting the cat so close to her stomach to prevent allergies, and so her stomach won't get scratched. I already have to clean the entire litter box due to her
Does
pregnancy.
This cat ever scratch?
I don't
If
know.
it was like constantly scratching and stuff.
This guy's like picking at reasons to be mad at the cat.
Yeah. Just say I don't really like cats and this is one cat and I don't like this cat.
Yeah, I know. Also, just let it's your wife's pet.
Yeah.
Also, cats live like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, wait it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I already have to clean the entire litter box due to her pregnancy. I don't want to deal with any other cat-related issues.
I read this earlier. I remember that part. Cat-related issues.
My wife keeps defending Puff and saying I'm just biased because I don't like him. True. And she wants him around because he helps with her stress and back pains.
Yeah.
Also true. I just told my wife to go to therapy if she needs a cat's comfort that bad.
If you need any extra support during your pregnancy, just suck it up.
Yeah. Go to therapy, you sick fuck. What, you like your pet? What, your pet's nice to you? What, pets are healing? Admittedly, I was pissy because she always relies on Puff for her emotional support instead of me, her own husband. I wonder why.
You think he's supportive at all?
No. She's really angry at me and accusing me of making her pregnancy more difficult. Am I the asshole? Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Is it like, he's not saying like, oh, because the cat's always there, then I can't get more close to my partner. He's not saying that. He's just saying he doesn't like the cat at all.
No, I think that is what he's saying. He's saying that, like, he's jealous of the cat because she goes to the cat for her emotional support and not him, even though he can't goodalish on her.
No.
You know what I mean? He can't rub his pujuts all over her.
Yeah.
Another word that the O'Neill family uses that is made up.
Pujuts? Whiskers.
Or it's like the part of the cat's cheeks where the whiskers come out. The little peanuts. The little peanut whiskers.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are pujuts. Also, a potholder's a punya, and I always say punya, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Remember when kids, did you have like a best friend you'd try and like make a secret language with?
Yes.
It's just so hard to learn a new language.
Or make up a language.
I'm not going to do this
for
you.
What am I, Tolkien?
Yeah.
What am I, Tolkien? What am I, J.R.R. Tolkien? Also, there's a comment that's like, you're the asshole. Cats always know about pregnancy. They can smell the shift in body chemistry. Pheromones!
Mm-hmm.
He's being a good colony cat by warming and purring on the bump. Cat purr is healing and calmative, which is what your wife needs.
Literally, cat's like, this baby's gonna be smart.
Wait.
It's like those Einstein things.
I know. This guy also says, literally, the cat is being a better husband than you.
Yeah.
Pull your head out and lift your game.
That became like a basketball, like pep up talk or something.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. This guy is so mad. He's jealous of the. I've actually been in a relationship where I had a dog with the guy, and I would like tend to the dog's needs because it was like a puppy and relied on us for literally everything, and then he would get jealous about the fucking dog.
Yeah.
It was so insane.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And he was like, oh, why don't you treat me like that? I'm like, because you're like an adult man.
Yeah.
And also, you're a dick to me all the time.
No matter how I treat you, you're throwing forks at me.
Exactly. Like, it would be easier for me if you were nice to me and then you shit on the floor every once in a while. Like, if I had to clean up your shit but you were nice to me, that would be easier than the way that you treat me.
Yeah.
Like, throwing chairs at me and shit.
Everyone, Allie's okay now.
Yeah, I'm okay now. Don't fucking worry about it. I bobbed and weaved those chairs and that hair dryer.
Low center of gravity. You can move well.
Yeah, I'm like,
those situations.
Dude, I should fucking go into the WNBA or something. I don't know. Some sport.
Jockey?
No,
I'm talking for myself now.
Jockeys don't need to bob and weave.
No, but
shit.
small. Get to be small.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
What about if you were just one of those like safari animals that has to run away from cheetahs?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
I'll just get into that.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm on the like safari, like
now they're bobbing.
I'm on the safari jeep,
Yeah.
and then they let me loose, and I run away from the
what
cheetahs.
Am I thinking of antelope?
Yeah.
Yeah. Antelope.
Or like deer or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God, I would love to go on a safari.
You could be a little deer.
You could be a little deer. You could be a little deer.
What animal are you? What animal do you feel like you are?
This is easy. A possum.
And no, I'm not trying to bring up horses again. Maxim. God.
You piece of shit. I would definitely be.
I love how we just get to say whatever we want.
I know, and he can't say anything back. He can't respond. He's just over there like, God, I fucking hate these two cunts. He's like seething.
Get on this mic, Maxim. Come do it.
Yeah, come fight me.
See what we do.
This is Springer.
We'll let you do it.
But I'm an opossum. Ask me why.
Why? I wanted to guess, but I'm not going to do that guessing thing.
No. Guess. And then I'll tell you why.
Because you think you're going to get hit by a car? I guess not. Guess that's not it.
No, I think it's because. So
people are scared of you.
Yeah, they're misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
Like people think that they're scary, but like if you see pictures of them, they're like low key cute.
Yeah,
and that's me.
Yeah.
I'm low key cute.
Yeah.
I'm actually adorable, and then also they're so funny because they're always like screaming.
Yeah.
And they're just little like northeastern like woodland creatures that are like fucking stupid, and that's me. I'm a
they're
northeastern.
walking around. They're like, I'm gonna do this. Now I'm gonna do this.
And also, did you know this?
What?
Did you know possums? They have 13 nipples. They have 13,
I did know that.
13
somehow.
nipples in a circle.
Whoa!
With one in the middle, and
it's
then
like the first American flag.
It's like the American flag. Yeah. It's the Betsy Ross version. Betsy Ross also put all those nipples on the opossums.
There's one in the middle?
There's one in the middle, and then the favorite litter mate gets the middle nipple.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
That's weird. That they have like a hierarchy. As soon
It's
as they're
probably not the
born.
favorite. It's probably like the one that needs like the most nutrition or something, like the runt of the litter. And then when they walk
and it's
around,
smallest, so it can get in the middle of
so
everyone.
it can fit in the middle.
Oh, and it needs the warmth of everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
So do you agree? I'm a
what
possum?
about the belly button?
The belly button's probably like.
You think you're a
down.
possum because of the cool nipple thing?
Yeah.
I
have something to tell you. I have weird bathing suits because I have 13 nipples. And they're all in a circle, and there's one in the middle. What animal do you think you'd be?
I really don't know.
Why don't you think about it for a little bit? Because we need to get to the bottom.
Well, you
of
think
this.
I'm some type of dog, but you still haven't said what type of dog.
I have to watch the dog show so then I can figure out what dog you are. I feel like you'd be like a Cocker Spaniel, maybe.
Oh.
Wait, based on personality or looks?
I'm thinking personality.
Personality. Yeah. What's the most autistic dog?
I know what it is, but I forget what they're called.
Wait,
It's those ones with they look so weird. It's not look based at all, but they just like they're like their behavior's funny too. There's one
boxers.
There's one that lives next to your place. We saw him the other day. He was real old. He was sitting up the steps.
Oh, bull terriers.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, bull terriers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like a Nike Cortez.
Yes. That's what we were talking about. We're like, that's what the dogs are based off of.
I know.
Yeah, possums are based off of the American flag, and those dogs are based off of
bull
Nike
terriers
Cortez.
are based off of the Nike Cortez. Somebody saw a shoe and was like, "We got to make a dog like this."
Now that's how you know we're in a simulation.
Yeah.
They couldn't cover that up easily. It's like so obviously Nike Cortez.
Yeah, it's like I've seen
not
this
a
before.
possum.
I've seen this before. I know exactly what this
There's
is.
no creativity in whoever's making the simulation. Everything looks like an American flag somehow.
Yeah, and all people look exactly the same.
Yeah.
They all have eyes in the same
We all have
place
the same
mostly.
shapes.
This is a simulation. What animal do you think you'd be?
Well, it's hard to say because I don't know who I am.
If you say,
Still.
bro, if you say dolphin or something, I'm going to be pissed.
I'm not a dolphin. Come on. You think I'm happy?
You know the fucking...
I'm not happy.
They'll like rape baby seals for sport.
Yeah.
So they're definitely you.
Yeah.
But
I agreed to that fast, and now I just have to stick with it.
Wait, you know those people who like think that they're animals, the otherkin people?
You mean like girls that act like horses?
Yeah, but it's like literally like
Oh, the ones that it's like a guy. He's like, I am a wolf.
yes, yeah,
And he
yeah.
howls at the sea.
Yeah. At the sea. Like those people, the thing that's funny about that is that like all of those, I think somebody else has made this point before, but nobody's ever, they're always like wolves and like eagles.
They're always very cool.
They're always cool animals. Nobody's like a fucking slug.
No.
You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. Never.
I feel like you'd be maybe like, you'd definitely be something cute.
Oh, good friend.
You'd be something cute and smart, but a little bit weird.
Yeah.
I think you are a bull terrier.